This channel is supported by TrueFire. TrueFire is an online library of lessons from some of my favourite players. There's thousands of lessons on there. You can use the promo code JNC40 to get 40% off of any of their courses. If you weren't aware, TrueFire sponsor this channel, and part of this sponsorship is that when it's appropriate for me to talk about some things that I've found on TrueFire that have been useful for me and I think you might find interesting, I've been working on this Tommy Emmanuel stuff. He's got a course on there called Fingerstyle Milestones. You could use the JNC40 code if you wanted to get 40% off that if you're interested in fingerstyle like I am at the moment. One of the things that jumped out straight away for me was that my thumb, my right hand technique kind of passes between the thumb and fingers, sort of like a stride piano, so you get like a burr, 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 burr. And I noticed early on seeing Mike Dawes and Tommy Emmanuel on there that their thumb is going the whole time. And that's what I've been doing every single morning. If you've noticed, I've started to write myself these little exercises that are just incorporating the thumb and maybe getting some of the fingers involved, but mainly focusing on having the thumb moving. That's something that watching Tommy Emmanuel and Mike Dawes has made clear to me. Also, there's like a really organized set of etudes, lessons and all this stuff, and Tommy talks about lots of different elements and in a really cool style, and he seems to be really enthusiastic about music, guitar, all this stuff. So I think that's a great little course. I haven't got all the way through it. I've just been dipping in and dipping out, and that's one of the cool things about the TrueFire stuff. Do it at your leisure, and the lessons are organized such that you can get something from them in quite a quick way, especially when you're learning from geniuses like Tommy Emmanuel. On with the video. In this video, I wanted to put together like a big kind of dual amp, juicy kind of preset. So let's just see where we can get to. It's going to be sort of focusing a little more on the kind of lower gain kind of spectrum, and maybe we'll go with Princeton and the Route 66. So what I'm going to do, put this one onto path B and move here, and then after these amps, what I want to do is pan the A to the left, pan the B to the right, and I'll bring this level back down. Now I need to turn possibly the drive down on here and try and balance the sides a little bit. So I'm going to turn the gain up on the Princeton slightly. And what I'm going to also do, I think, go into the cab section and just make sure that we're aiming for some slightly darker tones, just so that when I am going to be adding gain, that it doesn't get too crazy. So let's just put in a couple of gain stages. So air apparent, this is a good one to chuck at the front of the chain, I think. We'll go for normal, OD, boost or distortion. Let's go OD, higher gain. Let's turn the voltage up, and then we get something like this. Really nice little bit of gain. And then I'll also add in the Timmy, because this is a really kind of, I think, nice kind of gain boost as well. And if we run those together, okay, so now we've actually got a bit more kind of headroom on the Princeton, and that's meaning that I'm getting a bit of a discrepancy when I turn on the drive. It's a bit better now. Right, so let's see. Then I want to add in some cool stuff. So we're going to add in panning tremolo if we go into stereo, because this can do some really cool stuff. And then what I'm going to do is actually chuck in delay before the amps, mono, Elephant Man. Headroom all the way up, and then this here, speed nice and low, sine wave. And do we need a bit of reverb? We can't have any anyway, so we're going to go with a non-reverb on here. But there we've got some kind of cool gain staging going on. And if we what you heard me using in the introduction there. If you want my presets, what's this? JC66 Prince, let's call it that. If you want to grab that, you could grab that in my Gumroad links if you've not already bought the presets, but you could just refresh if you've bought it before. A really cool sound, and not that difficult to dial in, frankly. You know, we've just got a couple of gain stages. We dial in the amps to be maybe slightly darker, but and then, yeah, the important thing, I guess, is to try and get some sort of balance between the dual amps. I'll catch you in another video soon, and cheers for now.